In June 2025, Google quietly began shipping something that doesn't fit neatly into the AI arms race we've been tracking. It's not a chatbot, it's not a coding assistant, it's a purpose-built vulnerability hunter, a lightweight AI model fine-tuned from the ground up to find and patch critical software flaws before adversaries exploit them. Google calls it Gemini 2.5 Flash Cyber, and right now, it's only available to governments and a handful of trusted partners. This isn't a product launch, it's a signal that the era of specialized AI security agents has arrived. Let's be precise about what we know. At Google I/O 2025 and in subsequent developer updates, Google positioned its Gemini Flash family along 3 lanes. Gemini 2.5 Flash, their workhorse model, now delivering roughly 65% fewer tokens on complex coding tasks, meaning faster, cheaper output. Gemini 2.5 Flashlight, a speed-optimized variant pushing around 350 tokens per second for latency-sensitive applications. And then the third lane, Gemini 2.5 Flash Cyber, a security-specialized model fine-tuned for discovering and remediating software vulnerabilities. It's available through the Gemini API, but access is currently restricted. Google has integrated it with an internal auto-repair agent called CodeMender in a limited partner pilot. Here's the distinction that matters. A general-purpose coding model like Copilot or base Gemini Flash is trained to write functional code, complete functions, and assist developers. It understands syntax, logic, patterns. But understanding how to write code and understanding how code breaks are fundamentally different disciplines. A security-specialized model is fine-tuned on vulnerability databases, CVEs, CWEs, exploit chains, patch histories. It's trained not to produce code, but to interrogate it, to recognize the subtle patterns, buffer overflows, injection vectors, race conditions, authentication bypasses that general models routinely miss or even introduce. Think of it as the difference between a general practitioner and a forensic pathologist. Same medical foundation, radically different specialization. What makes this more than a research project is the CodeMender integration. According to available documentation, CodeMender functions as an automated code repair agent. It doesn't just flag vulnerabilities, it proposes patches. Integrated into a CI/CD pipeline, this creates something genuinely new. An automated security auditor that sits between code commit and deployment. Every pull request, every merge, analyzed for vulnerabilities in near real time, with suggested remediations generated automatically. For organizations running large code bases, this could compress vulnerability discovery timelines from weeks or months to minutes. If it works as described, the restricted access is telling. Google isn't releasing this to the broader developer community, not yet. The initial rollout targets government agencies and trusted partners. This tracks with a broader pattern we've been watching. Since 2023, CISA has pushed aggressive secure-by-design mandates. The Biden and now current administration's cybersecurity executive orders have emphasized AI-driven defensive capabilities. Google's decision to gate this behind partner agreements suggests the model may have dual implications. A tool this effective at finding vulnerabilities is, by definition, also a roadmap for exploiting them. Restricting access is both a security measure and a strategic positioning play for federal contracts. Google isn't operating in a vacuum. Microsoft has been embedding Security Copilot into its Defender ecosystem. Startups like SemGrep, Snake, and Endor Labs have been layering AI onto static analysis for years. What's different here is the model-level specialization. Most existing tools bolt AI onto traditional scanning engines. Google is building the scanner into the model's weights, fine-tuning at the foundation level rather than prompting a general model to act like a security tool. That's an architectural distinction with real consequences for accuracy and depth of analysis. This is the inflection point builders should pay attention to. We're witnessing the emergence of purpose-built AI agents, models designed not to do everything, but to do one critical thing exceptionally well. Security is the first obvious vertical because the stakes are measurable, the training data exists in structured formats, and the failure modes of general models are well documented. But the pattern will replicate. Expect specialized models for compliance auditing, infrastructure management, and incident response within 18 months. The organizations that start designing their architectures to accommodate specialized agent slots, rather than routing everything through one general model, will have a structural advantage. The risks deserve equal attention. An AI that finds vulnerabilities at machine speed also generates false positives at machine speed. Developer alert fatigue is already a crisis in security operations. Automating discovery without solving triage could make it worse. There's also the adversarial mirror. If Google can fine-tune a model for defensive security, nation-state actors can fine-tune open-weight models for offensive exploitation. The asymmetry between defense and attack doesn't disappear with AI, it accelerates. And there's a governance gap. No current regulatory framework addresses how AI-generated vulnerability patches should be validated before deployment to critical infrastructure. Here's the bottom line. Gemini 2.5 Flash Cyber, if it performs as positioned, represents a category-defining moment. Not because one model will solve software security, it won't, but because it establishes the template. Purpose-built AI agents, fine-tuned for specific high-stakes domains, deployed as autonomous components within existing workflows. Google is betting that the future isn't one model to rule them all. It's a fleet of specialists. The restricted rollout means most developers won't touch this for months, possibly longer. But the architectural pattern is clear now. Build for specialized agents. Design integration points. Plan for a world where your CI/CD pipeline includes AI components with security clearances. That world is no longer theoretical. It's in limited pilot, and the window to prepare is closing.